The Lebanese party announces the Grand Revenge celebration, launching attacks on Israel from all directions. Lebanese drones swarm, targeting and bombing the headquarters of the Golani Brigade deep inside Haifa. The Israeli army confirms the deaths of its soldiers inside the military base, while Hebrew ambulances and a major security alert surround the area. Netanyahu bans media coverage of the events. A severe incident unfolds in Lebanon, as the Lebanese party announces a major ambush, and Israel's Ministry of Defense reports the death of 192 officers in the battles. Russian air defense systems in Lebanon intercept and burn Israeli drones, provoking a reaction from Netanyahu, who responds by bombing Russian territories with Israeli cluster munitions, leading the Kremlin's leader to issue a threat. The Yemeni commander declares a missile attack on Tel Aviv with more than 29 missiles, while the Iranian Revolutionary Guard warns of a devastating attack, saying the countdown to war has begun. Attack on the Golani Brigade in Eliakim. Lebanese missiles return to action, targeting a military brigade deep within Haifa during a gathering of soldiers, causing catastrophic results. Hebrew media attempts to keep the news under wraps, as Hezbollah declares it attacked the Eliakim base south of Haifa with a swarm of drones, asserting that the targets were hit precisely. Hezbollah added, "The Eliakim base hosts training camps for the Northern Command of the Israeli Army and is located about 50 kilometers south of occupied Haifa." The Israeli Army reported that the explosive drone infiltrated from Lebanon and hovered over Haifa for 40 minutes before detonating in the Eliakim military base, injuring 2 soldiers. Hebrew media sources confirmed that 1 person was injured by the drone explosion in the Eliakim area south of Haifa. Sirens reportedly sounded across wide areas of northern Israel due to suspicions of a drone infiltration. Severe incident in Lebanon. Hezbollah sent a message to the Israeli army through a post on its account titled "Severe Incident in Lebanon." The image carried a message in Arabic and Hebrew. A severe incident in Lebanon. The inevitable fate for soldiers and elite officers in southern Lebanon. Israeli media reported, "There is a severe incident," describing it as very harsh against Israeli soldiers following Hezbollah's message. The Israeli army subsequently announced the deaths of 6 soldiers, including an officer from the 51st Battalion of the Golani Brigade, at the hands of Hezbollah fighters in southern Lebanon. Shortly after the announcement, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu posted a message on his X account featuring the Golani Brigade emblem with a broken heart. Some commentators linked this post to the 6 Golani Brigade casualties in southern Lebanon, suggesting that Netanyahu's arrogance would bring further deaths to Israeli families. Burning Israeli drones, Hezbollah announced in a statement that its air defense unit shot down an Israeli Hermes 450 drone in the eastern sector using a surface-to-air missile. The Hermes 450 drone, developed by an Israeli defense company, is widely used for reconnaissance and surveillance and can be equipped with weapons for specific mission needs. 192 Israeli officers killed. The Israeli army released updated data on its casualties, reporting the deaths of 793 Israeli soldiers, including 192 officers since October 7, 2023. The army further stated that the current strength of its combat forces stands at 83% of its operational needs, calling on the government to extend mandatory service irrespective of the Haredi recruitment law. Israeli weapons attack Russia. Footage released by the 15th Brigade of Ukraine's National Guard showed Israeli-made M971 cluster munitions being used in mortar attacks. Media reports confirm that Israel has been supplying the Ukrainian army with these since December 2022. Each M971 mine contains 24 small spherical explosives capable of damaging personnel, light armor, and fortified structures. 4,000 soldiers to protect Israelis. During a recent France-Israel football match in Paris, tensions ran high with heavy security presence and violent clashes in the stands on Thursday evening. The match, which ended in a 0-0 draw, was attended by limited fans amid strict security measures following a week of violent events in Amsterdam. Brief clashes erupted in the stands during the first half, and the Israeli anthem was booed by the crowd, while French President Emmanuel Macron was present at the match. Iranian Revolutionary Guard announces new attack. Iranian Revolutionary Guard commander Hossein Salami vowed devastating retaliation for an Israeli air attack involving dozens of drones at the end of October, reaffirming Iran's strong support for Hezbollah and the resistance axis. Salami declared, "We will respond with devastating strikes against the Zionist entity. We will decide when and how to respond without hesitation." He added, "We do not leave any malicious act unpunished, and we will ensure they regret the Israeli aggression." 29 Yemeni missiles strike Tel Aviv. Houthi leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi announced significant military operations this week, including launching 29 ballistic and cruise missiles alongside drones in support of Gaza's resistance. Al-Houthi stated in a televised address on the group's Al-Masirah channel that these operations are part of the promised victory and sacred jihad to aid the Palestinian resistance in Gaza against Israeli aggression. Russian army advances strongly. The Russian Ministry of Defense reported that its forces have liberated the town of Voznesenka in the Donetsk People's Republic. According to the Russian defense statement, units from the center forces advanced deep into enemy defenses and liberated the town of Voznesenka in the Donetsk People's Republic, targeting infantry brigades of the Ukrainian armed forces. The Russian advance in Donetsk reportedly inflicted casualties of approximately 485 Ukrainian troops, destroyed 5 armored combat vehicles, and targeted multiple artillery installations. The statement added, "Units from the East forces have improved the situation along the front line, targeting personnel and equipment of the Ukrainian armed forces in various areas in Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions, causing losses estimated at around 145 personnel, a tank, 3 armored combat vehicles, and several field artillery pieces."